Hello everybody, welcome back to this iteration of Fighting Game Community List Week. As I established in the last video, for the last few days of 2024, I'll be dropping multiple videos going over the best and worst that the FGC had to offer this year. The 5 videos that we're doing are the top 10 best DLC releases, the top 10 worst DLC releases, top 5 new games, top 5 worst games, and the 5 best and worst fighting game teasers of the year. And today, we've got the best DLC characters for 2024 to try and recover from the last video. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you go watch it. We've honestly had some really good DLC this year that deserves to get its praise, so let's run through the 10 biggest highlights of this year. But before we start, hey, I'm Zak Not Kyle, or Zak for short, and I love fighting games and I will make them your problem. I talk mainly about fighting games on this channel, but I also discuss other pieces of popular culture that interest me. I'm also a streamer, a DJ, a party girl, and more, so subscribe here and to my Twitch for more content from me. And with all of that said, let's begin this list. And once again, just like with the last video, small disclaimer, please do not be morons over pixels in a fighting game. Feel free to express your views and your opinions on all of the things that I talk about in this video, but please don't be rabid animals, I beg. Now that we're all on the same page with that, let's go ahead and get into the number 10 listing. Coming in at number 10, we have Grandblue Fantasy vs. Rising Season 1, Character 5, Versusia. Versusia was such a divergence for Grandblue Fantasy vs. Rising's characters thus far, and honestly, she made it work. I do remember showing Versusia to Lou and Sarah, and both of them looked at her like, brother, ugh, because they were just thoroughly confused at Versusia's color palette. However, while it's highly clashing, I think it does her a lot of favors. She's the most visually striking character in the Season 1 pass, and her gameplay was really enjoyable to me when I first played her. She was the first character to fully have me hooked on playing Grandblue fully, and for that, I thank her greatly. I'm glad she got in, and I hope for more awesome characters like her in the future. Also, for Grandblue fans, congratulations on having impeccable taste in DLC, because I'm happy to inform you that you are the opposite of the Tekken fans in that you had not a single character that was thought of for the worst list. Congrats. At number 9, we have Under Night In-Birth 2 Season 1 Character 1, Uzuki. Under Night In-Birth Sis Celeste has a particularly unfortunate DLC schedule that honestly had me worried for how long it could maintain relevance. Now thankfully for Uni 2, Uzuki did not disappoint. She was a fun little necromancer to play, and oh my god, what a combo structure. This character is for divas that like characters that make them look incredible when they play. She has every dead thing at her disposal, and she makes it work. Like, watching high-level play with this character is just so thoroughly entertaining. I love it. Her voice acting is also pretty funny. Truly an entertaining diva, and I'm happy that she set a standard for Under Night's DLC going forward, and I hope that the others can live up to it. At number 8, we have Guilty Gear Strive Season 3 Character 3, Ava. Ava is a bit of a weird one to explain. She had like the highest skill curve of anyone I will talk about in this list, and yet it felt like absolutely everyone and their mothers wanted a shot at learning Ava. How much of this is attributed to Ava being an insane waifu, which the FGC tends to gravitate towards pretty heavily? I don't know. Then again, it's not like any of us care. Ava's great. Her hits pack a punch, her expressions in her moves and animations are incredible, and her design truly is so peak. Compared to her with orange hair, green hair Ava truly is superior. What a cool character. Now at number 7, we have Mortal Kombat 1's Kombat Pack 2 Character 3, Noob Saibot. Noob is not the only Mortal Kombat 1 pick on this list, but I had to give him props for being a shining light in Kombat Pack 2 after Chaos Reigns slowly caused the demise of Mortal Kombat 1 as we know it. Noob's gameplay functions make him truly a force to be reckoned with. He has amazing shadow mechanics, and they truly were able to make him just as good as his Mortal Kombat 11 rendition, which is hard to do. I won't talk about his story because honestly, the MK1 story pisses me off at times, and Chaos Reigns in particular, but at least we got a banger DLC character out of it. At number 6, we have another Guilty Gear Strive entry, Season 4, Character 1, Queen Dizzy. Listen, girls. Queen Dizzy enters, we all bow. It's that simple. Here's the thing that put Dizzy up here though. This feels like the happiest I had seen Strive in a while, especially considering the plague of scandals that went through the community this year. Dizzy felt so right. Her animations were peak, her design was flawless, and honestly, she's just so fun. I'm not much of a Strive player myself, and even then, I had so much fun with Dizzy. Not to mention that she got announced a full 3 months before she dropped, and she maintained that hype above the other crazy characters that were announced for Season 4, and in other fighting games. That's queen behavior. She can be hard to grasp at first, but her animations are so enjoyable, and she was such a fantastic start to Season 4. At number 5, we have Mortal Kombat 1's Kombat Pack 1, Character 6, Takeda Takahashi. Takeda came into Mortal Kombat 1 with a point to prove, joining the roster as the final character in what many consider to be a terrible season of DLC overall, which included 2 characters that made the top 10 worst DLC picks of 2024 list. He had to make a statement. and honestly, I'm impressed. Takeda made me so excited to play this game again. I was exhausted after the guest not being good and Quan Chi also being kinda bad, but Takeda had it all. His sound effects, gameplay, and design all went so damn hard, and I happily hit over 600 damage with him in his opening week. Truly an icon. Thank you, Takeda, for saving a terrible combat pack. It's too bad Chaos Reigns had to fuck it up so bad. At number 4, we have Grandblue Fantasy vs. Rising Season 1, Character 6, Vikala. Grandblue Fantasy vs. Rising truly had no uglies in its first season pass, in my opinion. Vikala, though, proves to be the shining star of this pass. While cute characters often can be divisive among fanbases of fighting games like Lucky Chloe and Tekken, Vikala took cuteness overload and made it so thoroughly enjoyable that no one could get enough. Rap posting was everywhere, and she saw amazing amounts of playtime, along with some of the best animation in the game. I love this rat so much, and I'm glad she's here. Grandblue, I hope your Season 2 is able to kill it like Versusia and Vikala did. At number 3, we have Street Fighter 6's Year 2, Character 2, Terry Bogard. Honestly, this is one of the characters who I did not expect to like when he dropped. Surprisingly though, Terry Bogard is shaping up to be the best character of Year 2 for Street Fighter 6. His gameplay was great, and as a guest character, he translated incredibly well over to the Street Fighter universe. On top of this, both he and Mai Shiranui were fantastic choices to represent the Fatal Fury universe for the collaboration with Street Fighter, which is also giving us Ken and Chun-Li in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. The cross-promotion of both games is a fantastic idea and allows Fatal Fury to establish a bigger name with new audiences. I'm quite pleased with Terry's release, and here's to hoping Mai lives up to her hype as well. And you know you've done a guest character right when everybody doesn't even consider Terry and Mai to be guest characters, they consider them to be friend characters. Like, I'm sorry, that's absolutely perfect. At number 2, we have a dual entry, being King of Fighters 15's special character release, Vice and Mature. So after nearly a year of no new characters for King of Fighters 15 and the build-up of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves happening, which is made by SNK, who also made KOF, King of Fighters needed a bang to go out on in terms of its DLC. Enter our favorite demon lesbian mothers, Vice and Mature. Hailing from the earlier days of King of Fighters and having a recent appearance in King of Fighters 14, these two fan favorites came back as not a closer to a past, but as a duo set release after a year of no releases, with no one else surrounding them. Along with this, these two characters dropped with KOF 15's Definitive Edition with all of its DLC in one package, and they did not disappoint. I don't know a KOF fan salty with these two. Although they're minorly underwhelming in the meta, Vice and Mature ignited the final flame of KOF 15 and kept fans happy in ways that only a pair of demon moms can. And for that, we say, mother. And finally, at our number 1 spot, we have Street Fighter 6's Year 1 Character 4, Akuma. It pays to have good taste over here. Akuma was an electric and well-built-up character release. God damn. This is how you do it right. With a new design and the pressure of being the final character in Street Fighter 6's Year 1 pass, after having a pretty solid roster of characters for its first year, Akuma absolutely sold the pass toward its end. He was really fun, an accessible character, one of the highest played characters, and came with the new Giant Attack game mode in the Battle Hub that brought new attention to this other part of the game. Like, honestly, Akuma initially made me quite nervous. He was the final character of Year 1, and he had to be a good recreation of his past self. The new white hair design truly hits it out of the park, and I am in love. He sold well and felt truly amazing, and we'll talk about his trailer in another List Week video, so stay tuned. Overall, 10 out of 10, no notes. And that concludes the 10 best fighting game DLC characters of 2024. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Did you like my placements? Do you think they should be moved around? Is there somebody that I missed? Is there somebody you think shouldn't have been on here? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, once again, I will see you guys tomorrow for another iteration of List Week. Bye, sis.